So you want to move to your main topic?
Yeah, so my main topic, it's really pretty simple, but I feel like it needs some attentions.
Okay.
Needs some attentions to the topic is, what is the most underrated pedal out there?
The most underrated pedal.
The most
out there.
underrated pedal that you can think of.
Well, it's not the Tube Screamer.
That's hyped up quite a bit.
It's not the Klon.
That's hyped up quite a bit.
Most underrated pedal. It's not the ODR anymore. I think there was a time period where it was.
Yeah, ODR was probably back in the day.
I think that was. I think probably that Mostortion whenever it was first coming out. TS10, all that type of stuff.
Right.
Boy, I'm going to have to think about this for a second. Do you have one on the top of your list?
All right, there's a couple that I feel like should get an honorable mention.
Okay.
And I'll start with that. And then the last one.
I should have studied for this test.
Yeah, you should have. So I feel like one that should be an honorable mention is the Super Overdrive from Boss.
That's a really good honorable mention. Yes. Yes, I completely agree.
It is a fantastic overdrive pedal that everyone forgets about.
Yes. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, Zach Wild based his pedal off of it whenever he made the MXR. Now he's doing Wild Audio or whatever, which I think is still made by MXR. But, and there's been so many other players it's used other than him. He's just the first name that pops out of my head.
Right.
But, yeah, very underrated. Great pedal.
But while a lot of hard rock guys use the Super Overdrive, you can use that with really any genre of music.
Yes. Yes, you can.
To push an amp, to make you sound like you got an overdriven amp. I mean, the Super Overdrive, super underrated pedal.
Mm-hmm.
See what I did there, super?
It's super, super.
Okay. The next honorable mention, an EQ pedal. A Boss EQ.
Okay.
The GE7.
I think
one of the most underrated pedals of all time.
I think it's getting some attention these days.
It is because of Tim Pierce, all these session guys, really.
Yeah, I think it's getting some attention, which is kind of a bummer for me because it's been my sneaky little pedal for a long time. And you know how it is with guitar players. We want to have a pedal on our board that no one else really cares for or no one else really is using.
Right.
But, yeah, that's a good honorable mention. I like that.
Yep. But the one that takes the cake, and this may be a little boring for some people, but it's got to be the tuner. Your tuner pedal is the most important. I played a gig this past week that if I didn't have a tuner pedal, I'd have been done for.
Yeah.
Seriously, my SG, that G string and that B string went out every single song.
What string?
The G and the B.
The G string.
The G and the B went out about every single song. Yeah. Now, granted, I know that has to do with some setup, has to do probably with stuff with the nut.
Humidity and all that stuff. Yeah.
But your tuner pedal is the most underrated pedal you will have on your board.
I'm not even going to think about other pedals because you're absolutely right. I started racking my brain about other underrated pedals, but I don't even want to get into it because you are absolutely right.
And if we're talking about a specific one, you got to go the Boss. The Boss tuner.
Yeah, TU3.
Yeah.
Which it is now. It used to be TU2 and all those different
That's
stuff.
got to be the most underrated.
It definitely does.
Yep.
Yeah, it seems like a cop-out in some ways, but it really isn't. Between being able to tune, obviously, but also being able to just mute your signal, swap guitars. There's even the polytune now where you can tune all the different strings at the same time, which whenever I hit it and look at it, I just my eyes go crossed. Right. I can't figure it out.
It's like the Pearson strobe tuners.
Yeah.
Those things are fantastic.
Yep.
But man, they got a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. I like the strobe tuners. But whenever I'm on a gig, sometimes I just need something that's just dummy proof.
Yep.
So I'm a sucker for a dummy proof tuner. And yes, it's absolutely the most underrated pedal on your pedal board. I think that probably Boss was the first company that put out a super popular tuner pedal. Everybody used Boss forever.
Ever. Until the last 5-7 years.
Until the Polytune.
Polytune, because it's so small. Especially the little mini.
Yeah, the mini's awesome. I've got that on my small board right now, and I'm really happy with it.
Yeah. I just bought one of those Peterson minis. Got to try it, but I'm super excited.
So is it the top mount jacks?
Yep.
Yeah. But the side is where it plugs into the power, right?
I don't remember.
I think the side it plugs in power, but that's such a small little plug.
Yeah.
No big deal. I'm curious to see what you think of that because I think that would save me a little bit of space.
I think the top is the plug, but the side is where you do the selectable screens.
Oh, okay. You gonna put a cool screen on there?
I'm just going to do something that catches my eye. I don't need nothing crazy.
Is that the one where you can change what's on your screen?
The color and everything.
Yeah, okay. And then Walrus does something like that too, right?
I don't know.
I think Walrus makes one where you can actually put like a screensaver on the front.
I heard that Seal does something cool too.
That what?
Yeah, Walrus and Seal.
Oh my gosh, that was so bad. It was so bad I didn't even catch it.
That joke was funnier in theory.
That joke.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
Most underrated pedal, the tuner.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I started thinking about other pedals that's out there. You know, if I start thinking about drive pedals and things, I think there's probably a case for multiple different pedals in different categories, overdrive pedals and modulation pedals and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, most underrated pedal on your pedal board, absolutely your tuner. I can't do the headstock tuner thing. I can't do it.
For an acoustic.
For an acoustic gig, it's okay, but I still want to unplug it because my acoustics are
You mean unattach it, not unplug it. The headstock tuner.
No, I'm talking about I want to unplug the cable from the guitar.
Oh, gotcha.
Because, you know, all my acoustics...
Oh, mute your signal.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, I'm on a different wavelength.
He's finally with us, folks.
Different wavelength.
So, because my acoustics are all active, so they take the 9-volt battery. If I leave them plugged in, I'm going to be draining my battery.
Oh, okay.
And I'm bad about just setting my acoustic down and leaving it plugged in if I don't have a tuner pedal there. But if I've got a tuner pedal there, it's just natural instinct at this point to step on that thing, unplug the cable, and set it down. So, for me, it's even a necessity on acoustic gigs. But yeah, I think the TU3 is an amazing tuner. I'm a sucker for the Polytune. I'm curious to see what you think of that, Peterson.
Yeah, I'm excited.